The most valuable real estate in the world is the graveyard. There lies millions of half-written books, ideas never launched, and talents never developed. Because most people die with everything still inside of them, and the way to live is to create, to die empty, to get every idea out of your head and into reality. Okay, first things first, I promise this video gets happier in a second. But I wanted to start with that piece from the essay by Derek Sivers called Here's How to Live, Create. And I wanted to just double click on that concept of dying empty, of putting everything out there before you die. And just have a conversation with my late bloomers out there, or perhaps even if you're in your 20s right now and you are struggling to find your place as a creative in this world. Because for me at least, I know I spend too much time watching other people create and live the life that I wanted instead of creating something for myself. And I'm not proud of that, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'll explain what I mean. I'm almost 32 now and I still haven't figured out what I'm supposed to do with my life. I still don't know where do I see myself in 5 years. I still don't own a house and I'm not even close in this economy. I still don't have my driver's license because traffic just gets into my nerves. I still procrastinate more than I should. I still struggle to open up and make friends. And I still don't know if I'm in the right path or not. And now I'm trying to figure out how to make something out of my life before I run out of time, quote unquote. But something clicked for me recently. Maybe it was getting older, maybe it was just reading the essay, but I realized that I don't want to die with ideas still inside my head. And in order for that to happen, I need to stop putting things off and waiting for tomorrow or waiting for the perfect moment, because it may never come. Because the only way to get where I want in life is if I build the path to get where I want in life. And I know I already have limited time because of work, so if I keep waiting, I'll end up just growing old and regret not having done the things that I wanted to do. And I know that what I'm going to do here on this video is just like a few tasks. It's not going to be like make or break or anything like that, but it's just something to get the ball rolling. And ultimately, that's my goal with this video, to make you want to do something, make you want to start whatever it is, because I'm pretty sure you know what you need to do. So here is my game plan. There are 4 things that I've been putting off for far too long here, and I want to get them done this week. The first one is finishing this video, and if you're watching this, well, you know what I mean. Which brings me to my second task, which is creative B-roll. I bought this camera with the single purpose of coming up with some creative ways to do B-roll, to make the videos more interesting for you to watch. You saw me using her outside already a couple of videos ago, but I want to come up with some weird shots around my studio/living room. So let's see what we can do. I personally had a lot of fun with this camera, and I discovered that it has a magnet on the bottom, which means that I can attach it to my coffee machine, I can attach it even to my clock, and it's also very good to do those behind the scenes shots when I'm already using my main camera. Well, obviously it's an action camera, so it really shines when you bring it outside, so I expect I'm going to be using this a lot moving forward. And with that, we can consider task number 1 done. And the next one for me is taking new pictures for social media. That's going to be a tough one for me because I'm usually better on the other side of the camera, not this side, because, you know. But that being said, I am going to try anyway, and I have it in here. Some different clothing that I want to try. I want to try some pictures with a beanie. I'm just going to use everything that my little setup living room/studio here has to offer. The camera is right here. I'm just going to try and have fun with this process, because the one thing that I know for certain is that I don't want a black and white profile picture anymore. That was my old profile picture, and this is absolutely not me anymore, bro. This is my trying to copy Denko era right here, and I don't want that shit anymore. So I went through Pinterest to just go look for some references. I found this one that I like very much. It's very interesting, something that I can potentially replicate in here. I also got this one, which is pretty cool. I love the detail about the eye. It resonates with me because you probably noticed, but I have a fucked up eye right here. But I also want to try something like this vibe right here, and potentially later something like this, where I actually like doodle on the picture. But those are going to be for later. For now, I just need a new profile picture. The camera is absolutely ready, so let's see what we can do.
going to be tough. Have you ever had this feeling where no matter what pose you do, you always look ugly in pictures? Is it just me? Okay, I want to try something different now. As you can see, I put up my mirror right here and I want to try to like take a photograph of myself through the mirror. That way the camera shows up, and I know it's kind of cliche, but I don't mind. It's just like, it's the vibe that I'm in right now, and I'm gonna go for it. Okay, I'm scrolling through the pictures here, and I think I have enough to work with.
And of course, I'm not going to show you the whole process of editing pictures, but the ones you're seeing right now are my favorites. And I think I'm gonna go with this one as my profile picture. Let me know what you think in the comments. Just pausing here for a little energy and also to talk to you about why we sometimes can ignore the things that we need to do for ourselves. But when it comes to a job, we make sure to do it right away because our boss is telling us we need to do that. So I think, at least for me, it comes down to understanding the consequences in your job. The consequence of not doing something is very clear. But when it comes to doing something for yourself, the consequences are not clear because maybe you're trying something new, it's something you've never done before. But the tricky part of the situation of trying to find the purpose of doing something or the consequences of doing something is that you cannot discover that before you actually start. You figure it out as you go. It's the whole meme of fuck around to find out, and the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And if you never fuck around, you're never going to find out. That's one of my favorite memes of all time, by the way. But anyway, back to the video. And with that, we can move on to the last item on the list. Some of you OGs here on the channel will remember that I used to run a newsletter called Driven Makers, which was basically a daily dose of creative fuel for people like you and me. It was a mix of personal stories, tactics that I use, and everything about the creative process. And my goal with the newsletter is pretty simple. It's just to get closer with my audience, test ideas faster, and maybe one day, and I know it's a long shot, get good at writing so I can write a book. And as you can probably notice, it's been a while since I posted anything there. And honestly, that's a habit that I wanted to maintain, not only writing for my newsletter, but writing in my journal as well, which is something that I've been doing for years, but somehow along the craziness of life over the past few weeks, I stopped doing it. Yeah, so this should be the easiest task on the whole list. I just need to sit here and basically write the newsletter. But let me tell you, man, there's nothing scarier than the blank page, and perhaps even nothing more exciting as well at the same time, which is weird. But anyway, let's write something. All right, I did it. The newsletter is back. So it's right here. It's called The World Needs More Nerds. It took me about an hour to write everything. And always at the end of my newsletter, I like to make this section called Cool and Random, which is basically just a wild card. I always try to recommend something obviously cool and random here. It's curated just for you. And in this one, I'm recommending the album by Outkast called Stankonia. And I'm also recommending a game for the first time, which is Arc Raiders, which is a 10 out of 10 game for me. So yeah, by the time you're watching this video, the newsletter should be out. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. It's completely free. It's 1 email a week, no bullshit, no trying to sell you a course or anything like that. It's just a place for us to connect, be more close to each other, and start building this community. It's over on Substack, so you can leave comments, you can follow. And I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out. I'll see you inside. And just like bringing the newsletter back to life right now was super important for me, and I just didn't know how much. But getting into the habit of creating something every day does something to my brain, something good. That feeling of actually finishing something and putting it out there, it makes me realize that sometimes momentum is more important than quality. It's actually I'm trying to find that sweet balance between volume and quality. And on that note, one thing that really helped me wrap my head around this whole idea was a podcast with Jack Conte interviewing Van Neistat, and where they talk about how quantity yields better quality, because over time you get so good by repetition that it's impossible not to achieve quality. And that's what I'm trying to do here, but I'm trying to find that sweet balance because, you know, I have an i5, have other things to do. I don't have unlimited time, unfortunately, to just like make videos and write my newsletter. One day, but not right now.
So guys, that's it. That completes all of the tasks that I had for this video. And honestly, I feel much better now that I finished everything because I've been putting this off for far too long. And I hope you got the same feeling on this video, and I hope you leave this video wanting to start or get back to something that you were doing, because that feeling of finishing something and putting it out there is just, it's just so good. But anyways, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, to subscribe to the channel if you're into this kind of video, and drop me a comment as well, can't hurt. If you want to stay a while, I recommend watching this video right here next, and I'll see you there in a minute. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.